On a recent trip, I went out to California and visited one of their missions. I was met with some sweet burnout juice. My hat's off to that guy. Midday burnout. The Mission San Rafael Arcangel is one of the most historically significant sites in California. Founded in 1817 by Father Vicente Francisco de Sierra, it was the 20th mission established by the Spanish Empire in California. With me today on my photo stroll is my friend Seth. Seth is an excellent photographer and an even more excellent person. On this outing, Seth laid down the challenge that we restrain ourselves to just one lens. To show off, he pulled out a long lens, and I had to ante up by pulling out the longest lens in my kit, the fearful 150mm. The 150 and I have a hit and miss relationship. Truth be told, I don't know if I've given her enough time to know what she's all about. This was an opportunity for me to get more acquainted with her. I thought things went pretty smoothly this time, but the negatives don't lie. As you can see, a lot of the photos turned out shaky, even though my outfit was sharp as a tack. In the late 18th century, the Spanish Empire established a series of missions along the coasts of California. These missions were a vital part of Spain's colonial expansion into North America, and they served a variety of purposes for the Spanish government and Catholic Church. Spain was in competition with other European powers to control North America, and missions were a way to stake a claim on California. By establishing missions and converting the local Native American population to Christianity, Spain hoped to create a loyal population that would help to defend Spanish territory. The Spanish believed that it was their duty to convert the Native American population to Christianity, and the missions were a way to achieve this goal. The missions also served as a way to control and subjugate the Native American population. The Spanish believed that the Native Americans were uncivilized and in need of guidance, and the missions were seen as a way to civilize them. Native Americans were forced to live in the missions and required to convert to Christianity. The Spanish believed that by doing so, they could control the Native American population and prevent any rebellion or uprising. This is a replica of the original mission that was torn down in the late 1800s. To its left, you can see the bell rack, which was used when a chapel didn't have a bell tower. In addition to their religious and territorial purposes, the missions were economic centers. The missions produced a variety of goods, including wine, olive oil, and cattle. The Spanish believed that by establishing these economic centers, they could create a self-sufficient colony that would support itself financially. The mission was named in honor of the Arcangel Raphael, who according to Catholic tradition is the patron saint of healing. The name was chosen because the mission was intended to serve as a hospital annex for the mission in San Francisco. Under Father Sierra's leadership, the mission quickly grew in size to become a mission in its own right, taking on all the other functions of a mission, becoming a center for agricultural and commerce, producing a variety of goods such as wine, olive oil, and grain. Mexican independence brought in a political climate which sought to dismantle the mission system. Mexico secularized the California missions in the 1830s for a variety of reasons. The main goal of secularization was to dismantle the power and wealth of the Catholic Church, which had been a dominant force in Mexico and the rest of the Spanish Empire for centuries. The Mexican government was in dire need of funds to help support its fledgling republic, which had recently gained its independence from Spain. By secularizing the missions, the government was able to sell off their vast land holdings and other assets, generating significant revenue. Mexico was attempting to establish a modern secular state, and the Catholic Church was seen as a potential obstacle to this goal. By secularizing the missions, the government was able to weaken the power of the Church and assert its authority over the region. The loss of their lands and church sponsorship made the mission's continued operation impossible. The buildings were abandoned and quickly fell into disrepair through the 1830s and 1840s. The buildings were used by John C. Fremont as his headquarters during the Bear Flag Revolution of 1846. The building deteriorated until being finally razed in the 1870s. In 1919, a new parish was built. In 1949, a replica of Mission San Rafael was built. The rebuilt chapel is called the Mission Chapel. I still had 2 shots left in the Hasselblad, so I headed out walking past this accidentally Wes Anderson photo set to find something worthy to shoot. And I found it. Right around the corner. You'll see it soon. A lovely Art Deco theater. It reminds me of the Main Street Theater that I snuck out of the house as a 7-year-old boy on my bicycle to see the movie Gremlins. I wonder how many people lined up outside this theater to see Planet of the Apes. Thank you for joining me on my history photo stroll. I'll leave you here with a lovely silhouette of myself reflected in the mirror of the ticket booth.